here we are, episode 2 with 47 by Crow.
Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you for letting us be here. We appreciate it.
Let's get y'all's names. Derek,
Jacob,
and Kane.
all right. Yeah. And that's Emmett.
Damn it. That's damn it.
Damn it. Damn it. So how long y'all been playing together?
Ooh. Y'all want to answer that? You want me to answer it?
I think this year is 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
20
That
years.
seems odd, doesn't it?
That's a long time.
So I kind of fill you in on. So in my early 20s, wouldn't that be early 20s probably? Yeah. Early 20s, I was at a church, and I wasn't a youth pastor, but I was helping out with the youth and playing music stuff. You know how people do around here. And when you can't play real music, you end up playing, at church and stuff.
Hey, it's like that, man.
Yeah.
It's like that.
And but anyway, I was there, and I was in my early 20s, and these two came into the youth group. And how old were y'all then?
I was 13.
And I was 16.
Yeah. And I was like, they were like, oh, we play. And when a kid tells you, yeah, I play, I'm like, he don't play. They beat on instruments, but turned out they were really good musicians, and over the years have far, went past my abilities, and we just been on and off playing together ever since. Really, I mean,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. We really actually when we got this, so we're 47 by Crow, and this three piece started out with Dusty Martin. You ever seen Dusty Martin sing?
Yeah, I have.
Credible vocalist. I mean, great vocalist.
He's real good.
Yeah, he started. So what happened is he went to the thing they had.
Idle on the Flybridge.
What is it?
Idle on the Flybridge.
Yeah, Idle on the Flybridge, and he did well in that. He did really well in that. And he said, "I need a band. I'm fitting to make a little run for it." And so he called us up and a couple other guys. And we just started playing, and then he fell off and started doing some other things. But we said, let's keep going, man. Let's see what we can do,
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
No, we kept on rocking.
Nothing wrong with that. So where'd the name 47 by Crow come from?
That's a Derek question.
Yeah, so when we were tossing out names, and, you always come up with all the cliche names, like Forgiven or Unforgiven or whatever. I guess if you're a Christian, man, you be forgiven. If you're not, But no, man, we really wanted something that kind of honored us being from the South and our heritage and who we grew up listening to and what meant something to us. So where we rehearse in my upper room at my house, we've got it set up there, kind of like this little space like this. We rehearse in. From there to the big house where the Almond Brothers in Macon, rehearsed and practiced, is 47 miles by the way the crow flies.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So 40, it's exactly 47 miles.
That's excellent.
badass.
So that's why we do one Almond Brothers song, because we wouldn't do an Indian. We were like, we might better do
Might as
Throw
well.
one in there.
we're adding more as we go. But no, that's where we we love the name. Wouldn't change it for nothing. But early on, man, we have explained that so many times, and actually we're 47 by Crow, 47 micro. No, 47 by
That's
Crow.
why we have the big banner that we put up now.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Here it is.
With the QR code
Yeah.
and that stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So nobody misunderstands.
Yes,
And still, they ask us still.
still,
So,
but,
They
so
I
it's
bet
kind
it
of
never gets old.
never. But we'll keep that name for the rest of our lives.
No, I love the name. I think it sounds fantastic.
I'm telling you,
And it's a good story.
from a Brandon standpoint, nobody's got that. So it's like,
No.
literally, I have
Absolutely
claimed
not.
everything for it
Y'all
because it's
got
just
that.
wide open.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even need to trademark that shit.
No, ain't
Y'all
nobody
good.
stealing that. No. The only problem is though, when we went to go put a black crow onto a black shirt, it did not work well. So that's why we were like, dang, we tried to make it white at first and look like a seagull.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, that's not gonna work. Kane has remedied it, so our next shirt run will be black. But we were like, dang, that looks like a seagull. We can't use that. We tried to put some white shading in there. It didn't work well.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
It happens.
What's some of your more favorite places to play around here? I know y'all hit a bunch of places over 20 years.
Well, but what's funny is, you would think so, but we're new to this. We wouldn't. We were playing in church and stuff, and
For the vast majority of that time.
Right on.
About
And-
17 of it, as a matter of fact.
yeah, and I had stopped honestly doing music. I stopped playing music. I wasn't in church anymore, and I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm done. That was part. That was what I used to do. I used to play music, and then Dusty called up, and man, that was a resurgence there, and we kept on. So, in the big scheme of things, dude, we're only 2 years old.
Shit.
Man, y'all put on a hell of a show.
We're only 2
really
years old.
appreciate it.
So we don't have a lot of places we've played. I mean, I think within the last 2 years, we've probably we've done well. I'm pretty happy for what we've got.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I probably one of my favorite places. I like the smaller venues. Mm-hmm. And what's funny is they may disagree. I love places like Company Supply where you can barely fit in the Joker.
Yeah, right around the corner.
And people pack in there. It's so packed. I like that. I like people standing packed together.
Yep.
When you play a bigger show at a bigger venue, you seem so spread out.
Right.
And most of the time, if you're a 2-year-old band, you're not packing the house out. So 50 people in a big venue's like there's nobody here. But no, we've probably for me. What do y'all like, guys? What do y'all?
Yeah, we can't leave out them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because probably recently my favorite thing to do, and it kind of just opened us up when we played the Crawfish Festival here in downtown. That was really fun. It's just something different. The first festival we really played.
Yeah.
Now we played a gig with Dusty back in South Carolina. It was kind of the same deal, but they were having a festival, but we were playing on like a side stage for a smaller venue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool, but like really the Crawfish Festival was really fun.
Yeah, that was a fun.
That was the one y'all played with, wasn't it? It was Will Mosley, I know.
Yeah.
No, that Will was at
was at Main Street Munchies.
Main Street Munchies.
Okay.
So-
I forgot they split them up.
They were. Let's see.
They're not the same.
What's Bravis's of them?
I'm trying to remember Bravis, but we played Bravis Runyon. His band played first.
Okay.
We went on after him. The band that was supposed to come on after us mixed up the time, so they just asked us to play an extra hour. So we did.
Yeah.
And then the Page Brothers come in after us.
Yeah, that's right.
So
the
y'all
Page
were on
Brothers.
stage with the brothers.
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah, they came on, and then after them there was some kind of like a Creole band or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't really remember who they were, but
I think they always try and throw in, like, whether it's the Main Street Munchies or whether it's Crawfish Festival, they always like to throw in like a band that
yeah,
kind of fits the
bill.
yeah, that's right.
But I will say that is kind of me personally. That has made me want to play more festivals.
Yeah,
like
that's
I like that kind of. That's a fun gig.
That
Like,
vibe is just
exactly. You close down the
great.
whole street and everybody's there. Just not necessarily. There's a lot of people listening to you. Like that's. I think that's one thing you want as a band. You want people there to listen to you. But honestly, like just the atmosphere of everybody. Going and getting their face painted, and they're watching people in the selfie booth right next to the stage. That was fun to me because it was over there near me, and so I've actually had those people reach out to me to our hey man, enjoyed playing. I hope see y'all next year. I hope we're back next year. So it's pretty cool to make connections like that with like who would have thought the selfie booth at the Crawfish Festival. They're reaching out like, hey man, great to connect and stuff like that. So
that is badass.
that was fun. That was, and there's a different man. The festivals you don't have to worry about sound.
Yeah.
Sound's provided,
Right.
And it was a good. What's these? Prestige.
Prestige sound. It's Dustin Underwood.
Yeah, and
I've heard
they
of him.
kill it, man.
Yeah, he's solid,
yeah.
man. He's got that whole rig, the stage, everything. He's solid.
Yeah, from the look of it, he don't mess around.
No, he
does
don't.
not mess
No,
around.
he doesn't.
He's got the real deal. He's the one that did sound for Will too. That night.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he brings the whole stage. I mean, that's his stage.
that's his
That's
stage.
his stage.
Damn.
So he wheels it in. I mean, he does the whole
Yeah, he
shebang.
pulls it in all that. Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
no.
I wish there was more festivals to play. You just don't. I mean, around here, you don't.
Yeah,
get
sadly, but yeah. So somebody listening,
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah. If you're listening,
Somebody's
please. But I was talking to Stacy Blanton about that. I asked her, I said, have you looked into playing festivals? And she was telling me there's some in, Jekyll and things like that. They're around, but how do you get into that? How do you
get on the bill?
Yeah, how do you submit your music? How do you get in? I guess that's the question to ask. How does that work?
Yeah.
So how? Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say for me, I like anything outside, just because the small venues, you have to really kind of cut back, and that's fun in and of itself because you get to feel music a little bit more, but I like being outside. I like to.
Unleash.
Yeah, I get
You
that.
usually don't get somebody telling you turn it down a little bit,
Yeah, that's like, crank it up a little bit.
Now we have played in some
what
places.
can you do, man?
We have played in some places where they're like, "Hey, can you turn down?" And we're literally like, "Here's the soundboard. We are just short of hitting the mute button." Like,
No, like my wife was doing. She does sound for us. My wife does sound for us, and we force her to, but she's actually pretty good at it. She's got a really good ear. Been doing it a long time too.
I saw that.
Yeah.
At a Crooked Finger, I was looking. We were up there on the staircase,
Yeah.
and I saw it. And I just happened to look down, and I saw it, and she was controlling it with an iPad, and I was like, "That's badass right there."
We don't pay her, but we paid her in food and drinks. So she
Hey.
buys. She eats for free. She drinks for free. So
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad deal.
No,
really
especially
can't
some of
beat
these
it.
places.
straight off our money. So but but we played at a what's that hotel in
At the Hilton
One of
Garden.
ours?
Garden Inn.
yeah, man, and they were like, "Can you come down? I mean, any more?" And I looked back there at my wife. She said, "It's down. You're literally not coming through the PA. Your vocals are not coming through the PA." I was like, "No, ma'am, we can't." But then what she does though, and this is interesting. So as we go, they said, "Oh, please come down," and we pulled everything down. As the night go by, she was just steady jacking it up.
Turn it up a little
Steady
bit.
jacking it up. By the end of the night, people were like, "Yeah, they didn't even care." It's
Poor
fun.
phone person's over there because it's in the lobby.
Oh, shit. No
Poor
shit.
phone person over trying to answer the phone. and-
The person's trying to book folks, and we over there playing Leonard Skinner.
Hey, just call back later.
That's
Call
right.
Back later.
That's right. You hear what's happening? Come here to this hotel. We got it going on.
I'm in a hotel you want to go. Well, I guess if you're tired.
That's right.
Well, hell, stick around for a little while. Use off a little bit of that excess energy.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right, man.
That's right.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool setup they do at that hotel. They just every Saturday night, every Friday night too. They do music there.
Tuesdays and Fridays are what they're doing now.
And where's that place at?
Hilton Garden Inn.
It's in Warner Robins.
Shit, okay. Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a neat. They do like. They got a full restaurant and everything. It's pretty neat, man, what they're doing. Bringing in acts and stuff like that. I wish more people would. I wish there was more venues, man. That's what's important. Giving people an opportunity to play, and but sadly, most don't want to pay you.
Right.
Well, been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a major factor right now. They
Say that.
got them
Gas
short
ain't
budgets.
It is,
Gas
man.
ain't cheap.
Well, I honestly think, some of it's short budget, but what we've seen is, if somebody offers you X amount of dollars, you're like, hey, look, we charge this. Well, there's somebody out there that'll do it for X dollars. And what that ultimately does, it cuts the legs out from under people who, like we said, we've been playing for 20 years. Like, we've been perfecting our craft for 20 years. And not saying we're perfect, but, I'd say it's, we kind of know what we're doing when it comes to music. And for somebody who puts in as much time and effort and gear costs and traveling and everything else like that, for it to be undercut by somebody that's just like, hey, I've been playing guitar for 3 months, I'll come in and do it for $50. It's kind of like,
Well, honestly, that's
I
what they're
hate
going
when
to
people
get.
do
That's
that.
quality. You get what you
I
pay
hate when
for.
they do that.
It's like grass cutting.
Yeah.
Grass cutting used to be the thing.
Yep.
And then people just kept undercutting and undercutting each other. For long, you had to cut a yard for $20. It's like, this is not worth it, And that's
You get what you pay for.
You definitely get what you
You
pay
get
for.
what you pay for.
Yep.
And I mean, it's bad when people are undercut like that.
Yeah, but it happens though, and
Yeah.
people want something for nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
But they wind up figuring out.
they do. They figure out very quickly, and they're, and that's kind of like what we ran into with the Crawfish Festival or whatever. That other band didn't show up, and they were like, "Can you play another hour?" I said, "Lady, we a bar band. I can play for 4 hours."
Yeah.
I can play for 4.
As long as you paying.
I got and that
long
was
as
the
you
next
paying.
question. What you paying? And they sit there and said, "We gonna double what we paying y'all." But it's also,
let's get down.
But it also let me see. We were charging way too low. I mean, because what do you charge? I've asked that question. I've put that question out there on social media so much for. I need to know. I don't know none of this. I'm new to all this. What's too much to charge and what's not enough?
That's
When
what
they
I
say
went
no,
through,
it's too much.
Yeah, but
That's the problem. I have.
That is one thing. They will tell you if it's too much.
they will.
Oh yeah,
And,
they'll be quick to tell you that.
And you can always come down.
Yeah, you can.
So-
But I guess I don't know if it's anxiety or just something I need to talk to my therapist about.
Start creeping it up slowly until
You
they
get
say
worried, like you want the gig so bad. You want that gig, so you're willing to take less just to get it because we need to play there. I want to play there, and if you don't get it, it's like, man, I screwed that up.
Yeah.
But I'm learning more. Like, who cares if they won't pay? Don't play. It's
Some places-
somebody will pay it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Somebody will be willing to pay that money.
yeah.
For
And,
a person.
But yeah, we're definitely learning. We are figuring this out.
I'm with y'all. I mean,
On the
even
job
with the
trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't come with no fucking manual.
It
No,
don't.
absolutely not.
Well, let's write one. I mean, we might can make millions off that, dude.
We can collaborate on one.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can get it done.
How to do things wrong and still succeed, or something.
One of those how-to for dummy
That's
books.
exactly right. It would have,
So I want to ask y'all, how did you pick up a bass? What made you want to pick it up?
So, before Jacob ever started playing the drums, before I ever met Derek, I was going to a church, and it was me and a couple of my buddies, and we're like, hey, let's just play some music. And believe it or not, I didn't start off playing bass. I actually played percussion, so basically not drums, because my buddy was a drummer, but any kind of extra stuff we needed. So like I think I had like bongos and congas and shakers and tambourine, like anything that needed to play. I just wanted to play music.
Yeah.
And did that, and then because we had a bass player too, but then the bass player wound up quitting. He had something going on. He wasn't 15. We were like 14, 15. So it was like,
Priority.
baseball or hunting season or something like that come in, because they were real big into that. And so Chris, my buddy who was putting it all together, he's like, hey, man, you know how to play bass? I'm like, I played around on acoustic guitar a little bit, but never. And so he's like, well, here. So he handed me actually an acoustic guitar with 3 E strings on it, 3 low E strings on it.
Shit.
And that's how I learned to play bass on a 3-string acoustic. And then I went out and bought my first bass and stuff like that. Started from there, played. I actually met Derek before I started going to church where Derek was. Met Derek at the Battle of the Bands when it was at Middle Georgia College. He was playing with Spiritfield. Yep. So they were playing there. We were playing there.
What year was that?
2003, 2004, something like that. So yeah, because I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah,
when
we
that
were playing our last show there.
Really?
Yeah, because I was with a Christian rock band we were doing really well, man. We playing a lot of shows, and yes, that's how they kind of knew.
Yep.
That,
so that's where I met Derek, and then about a year after that, that's when Jacob started going to the church Derek was at, and then he's like, hey man, I'm having a ton of fun over here. Why don't you come over here? So then I started going over there with him, and then it wasn't long after that we hooked up and started playing music together.
Man, I just seen they had, like I said earlier, people tell you, oh, I play, and you're like, oh, cool, they really should play that. And when I realized they could play, I was like, okay, man, I might can do something here. These jokers can play.
The wheels start turning. The wheels start turning. So you knew I was coming to you now.
Yeah. I figured you were just gonna roll down the line.
Yeah.
So I was always the kid that was tapping on my desk,
Okay.
just stomping my foot all the time and
Getting in trouble for it a lot.
An
was
awful
a
lot.
point of contention in our household.
Yes, it was. It's like, stop. And so I guess they just finally got tired of it. And we had a barn that was like, 75 yards from the house. And so that was far enough away where I wasn't going to drive everybody absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So my 12th birthday, they bought me a drum kit and put it down there. And I never played in school. Like I didn't do anything like that. I was never in, band in school. But I just started trying to play along with stuff that I was listening to at the time. And that's how I taught myself how to play.
Oh, so you're self-taught.
Self-taught.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
That's
self-taught.
badass.
I'm self-taught as well.
Shit.
Yeah.
Tell them the music you were listening to.
So that's a funny.
Sandy Patty.
Definitely.
Nobody knows who that is.
So
Andy Patty.
at the time, you had Three Doors Down, Nickelback,
Yeah.
Breaking Benjamin,
All good ones.
stuff like. And so the first song that I actually learned from start to finish was "Sooner or Later" by Breaking Benjamin.
That's badass.
So that was the first song that I played from start to finish, and it just kind of took off from there.
Damn. I say you had good training. That's good shit.
And me and that radio down in the barn with the headphones coming off of it.
Sweating.
Yes, like
It'd be like 100 degrees outside, and he'd be out there in the barn.
In this Georgia heat too?
Yeah.
Shit.
He didn't care.
no anything to sit behind that kit. I loved it. And I love it as much today as I did then.
And I have
Now
to
we
say,
come to you,
like,
Derek.
there's not many people who know drums like you know drums. Like, that's something I can say about him. Like, I play and I know about it, but Jacob knows there ain't nothing he doesn't know about drums or.
I would agree. Kind of, I think about Dan, how he know when he knows guitar. He knows these things. He's not just gonna say I can play. He was like, well, let me tell you about all these things. He's like, and that's kind of
He's gonna give you the specs.
I like to see people like that. Shows they're passionate about it. That shows they're really passionate. And I like to see people who knows. I see the same thing with people with guns and stuff. They can tell you every gun they got or what this does, and it's but I like to see that. You can tell when somebody's passionate about something, and
Some people like guns.
Yep.
We like music.
I love music. Yep, that's it, man. That's all I do. work and play.
And guns. I like guns too.
Yeah,
Multi-enthusiast.
that's right.
Isn't,
you can
isn't
like
it
it all.
funny that our favorite hobbies are like the most expensive hobbies there are? Like, that's ridiculous.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yep.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yep.
So I guess now we come to Derek. When'd you pick up a guitar?
Oh Lord, dude! The earliest time I remember, and my dad had a guitar that he got in the army, and it's a Ventura. It's a 1970 something, or no, it's earlier than that. But anyway, it's an old Martin copy, and he had it laying around, and I would try to play that thing, and he taught me 3 chords, and I kind of started figuring the rest out, man. And just first thing I ever played was "Help Me Make It Through the Night" by Willie Nelson. And because that's the lick he would play. Take the ribbon from your hair. And so I kind of figured that out, and then but really kind of, man, I had cousins and my uncles played. We would get on my grandma's breezeway and play up until 1, 2 in the morning, kids running around.
Shit.
I wouldn't be playing because I was too young. They wouldn't let me. But just soaking all that in, it's kind of, it's just always been there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the music was like, don't think we were like this awesome band on my grandma's breezeway. Some of them probably had guitars like Kane talked about he had with just 3 strings.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, but it was just a good, it's always kind of been there. part of me. I grew up in it, and I'm not the best at it by no means. Ain't the best singer, but man, I love it. I love it a
Nothing
lot.
wrong with that.
You know, and that's
Nothing
right,
wrong
man.
with it.
That's right. You ain't got to be the best. You just got to love what you do.
Yep,
You know.
that's right.
So y'all got a new release.
Yes, sir.
Yep, we do.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us about that.
Tell us about Busted Dreams.
Yes, sir. Y'all want to go on that one?
No, brother.
We'll
you,
let you start on
you go
that.
ahead. You go
Down
ahead.
This way.
Busted Dreams. All right, so man, that has been when we kind of teamed up as a 3-piece and started going out on our own. Man, really, I wanted to write songs. I said I like doing covers, but man, my heart is writing. I want to be a good writer, you know, and so we just kind of started. And don't get me wrong, I threw a bunch of stuff out at them that they were like, no, no, it's not a good one. That was not a good one. That was not, you know. And I still do that, man. My phone's full. I told my wife the other day, I said, if I ever die, which I will, but if I die soon, look through my phone. There's a treasure trove full of voice memos and notes. Some of them you're going to laugh at, you know. But that's just kind of how it started. Just started writing songs and started getting better at it, I guess you'd say, and started finding one that resonated with us, and we started doing them live, and we picked 5 or 6 out, and we went for it, man, and
'Cause I stayed
turned
up
out
for
great.
that. I stayed up for that release, actually.
Yeah,
I
Stayed
appreciate
up till
that.
I
midnight.
appreciate
was
it. Thank you, brother.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
if they keep I don't know if they keep a track of it, but I was one.
You
of
was the
ones.
first, yes, sir. Man, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Really do.
And I always did that for my buddies, and I always do that for y'all.
Well, man, thank you. We can tell, man. We can tell you are for y'all are for us musicians. Y'all are for us bands out there grinding and trying to make. And that
1000%.
means a lot, man. It means a heap, dude.
That's the whole reason we did this. Is to try to. There's no platform.
Yeah.
Where you guys can get out and people can see
Yeah.
who you really are, and see what you're really all about, and then hear a little bit of good music.
Yeah.
And there's just no place to do that around here. And
Man,
that's
I
why
love
we
what
did it.
y'all
We
are
just
doing,
wanted
man.
to start this and try to give
Y'all
you
are-
guys a voice.
And I
Y'all
love,
are
I
y'all
love
are
the fact
heroes
y'all are
to
here
us.
too. Like,
And we don't
wouldn't
we
say
don't know what we're doing. We're winging it. I mean, we ain't
Yes.
never done this before.
That's all.
I'll
of
say
us,
it's some
brother.
good winging.
I'm glad to be on the front end of it, so I can say, "Hey, man, you know, we were on the front end of that, and not quite the front end, second season,
Yes.
but you know, to say, man, look where they're. I can't wait to see where y'all are at in 5 years.
We're just
Yeah.
we're glad to have y'all on here while we can still get you on here. We don't have to fight through a manager and try to get a phone call.
Hey, man, we might be on here 10 years from now, so we're still here.
I'm looking forward to when we got to fight with managers. That's when we can say we made it.
That's right, dude.
That's when we
That's
say,
right, and that's
yeah.
coming, man.
Yeah,
that's
no,
coming.
no
I believe
doubt.
that's coming.
I hope so.
Especially once somebody, you know, that y'all have already interviewed does make it. Because then they're going to be, that dude was on that part. Then it's going to, you're going to get people wanting to be on it. You're already seeing that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's like me and you were talking about. There's a guy named Thomas Guest. He wants to be on it, and
Fine
we'll
musician.
get you on there.
Good songwriter. Thomas, you're a good songwriter, brother.
Yes, sir.
Saw you on live last night. I'm gonna get you on here, brother.
Yeah, he's a good songwriter, young.
Yeah.
I think he's actually, from what I can hear, he's going up to Nashville like a
really?
couple of days a month now.
Okay.
And that's how you do it, man. You get out there and grind and get with songwriters. And so if he's doing that, he's on the right track, no doubt.
He's well on his way.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing.
But yeah, man, thank you for listening to the EP the first
we
night.
appreciate
I
your
hope
time.
I hope it came through.
It was well fucking worth it.
Yeah,
Well worth it.
But we're proud of it, man. Everything turned out like we wanted it. A lot of hard work went into it.
Yes, most definitely.
Do any of y'all have any favorite personal songs on that EP? Tough question.
It is because all of them mean something different
Yeah.
to us.
It's like asking you to pick a favorite child.
That's right. That's right.
I only have one child, so I can say that.
That's easy for you.
Yeah, I got. Yeah,
Mine would probably be Busted Knuckles and Busted Dreams.
yeah, which makes sense because I mean that that's I feel like that's the one we worked on the most because we wanted to make sure that was right because that's kind of your biography,
It
really.
really is, man.
So that's when we wanted to make sure it was right.
Yeah, I'm just the old mechanic who works not 9 to 5, but 7 to
Yeah, you work
5:30.
7 to 5:30. Yeah.
But
Close
you know,
enough.
yeah, it is,
Close
man.
enough.
But you know, in the way that whole song came to be, and I kind of live by this now, man. I kind of, my wife's when I sometimes I'll talk at concerts or whatever you want to call it, and she was like, I could tell like the worship pastor was coming out and you again. But I want people to know, like, that song Busted Knuckles and Busted Dreams are it's what I call, everybody had a dream at one point, a vision of what they thought their life would be. Yep. And most of the time that doesn't happen. Not because you failed, but because you fall in love, you get married, you have kids, jobs gets in the way. And man, people tend to just abandon their dreams. And I'm seeing now at my age, at 46, wow, I'm kind of living out the dreams I had when I was younger, man. We're playing, we're actually doing stuff. It doesn't look like what I thought it was going to look like, but I'm still living out a version of my dreams. Mm-hmm. And I call them busted dreams. Little beat up, bruised, banged up, but
it's still going.
Still living it out, man.
Still
and
going.
I'm still, because I think a lot of people get not bored, but man, sad and depressed because they've got these ambitions they just let fall to the wayside. Yep. And I've always, and so since kind of I wrote that song, and since I try to encourage people, like, man, what used to be your passions? What did you love? Was it, I use this term, if it was sewing, if it was working on small engines when you were young, find out, and you can still live out a version of that where you get some satisfaction out of it,
That's right.
So man, that's what we're doing, man. We living out busted dreams.
That's right.
And
I did want to touch on Indigo Blue.
Yeah.
I listened to that the other day.
Yeah.
Was that featured on a TV show?
No, I wish it was.
Damn, I thought I read somewhere.
Man, if it was, I would be very happy.
That's what I say. We have not been paid for it. We have not been paid for it. If it was,
we wouldn't have them on this podcast. We need to fight with a manager to get a phone call
It'd be a
back.
hell of a dream, though.
I might would be on the podcast, but I'd be wearing leather pants.
but no, I mean, now that
I wish it was, brother.
I will say Indigo Blue is by far, and now it's the first single we put out, so of course it's going to have more plays, but even as we noticed, we started putting out, we put out Burn, and then we put out Barrels Over Peaches. Those singles came months after Indigo Blue, and it's still Indigo was still getting radio plays, and it was getting bought actually physically. Like that's the only song we've had. Well, I say that, but Busted Knuckles got bought the other day. I saw where somebody bought that track, but Indigo's had several buys. Where people have physically bought it on Apple Music, which is a cool thing because
a good tune, man.
And then even I've got buddies because do some online. I used to do a lot of online gaming before I got married and had kids, but now it's kind of like I'm still in like my Discord communities and stuff like that and talk with guys. I've got friends all over the United States, and even they're like, "Man, Indigo Blue's an earworm. I cannot stop listening to that." Like good. Even when the new stuff come out, they're like, I keep going back to Indigo because probably one of my favorite to play live.
Yeah. I can figure out the harmonica. Funny story about that.
Oh man!
So I had some harmonicas that my sister bought me for Christmas.
Right.
I don't know how to play harmonica, and I had like blew on it a little bit, and I was like, man, that kind of sounds decent. We went to the studio, and I was making a joke, man. I was like, dude, let me try some harmonica on this. And he was like, can you play? I said, no. He was like, well, okay. Well, I grabbed the harmonica. And I think it's not even really the right key you should be using. I don't know all the harmonica slang and stuff. But I grabbed it, and I had already practiced something somewhat, but tried it, and it was rough. And then I kept on doing stuff. Finally, our producer said, man, that's actually sounding really good. Like, I don't know.
I work with this.
And Kane said, dude, you're learning how to play right here on the spot.
But let me tell you, like, Derek had his back to me and Jacob. We were dying.
We died the entire time.
Like, we were having to like bite our fingers and stuff not to laugh because like they're recording like on a live mic, so any laughs coming through. Yeah. And boy, it was hard to.
It was
hard not to laugh at Derek's struggle. Eventually, I mean, it come out great.
It worked.
Learn on the job.
Now I'm trying to bring that to our live shows, and it's getting there. It's
getting
getting
there.
there. Yeah,
Slow
it's getting there, man.
process.
I
Slow
can't
process.
figure out how to use the microphone thing like Neil Young.
Yeah.
Because I play and then I go try to sing in the mics right up here. I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
I think Parker McCullum does that. He does that thing too. He does.
He
it
does.
too.
And I watched him at his show, and he had his kind of cocked to the side.
I think that's how it works. You got
Blew
to
him.
cock it to the side.
So I found me one today though that it's a magnet that goes to your mic, and you just clip your
Nice.
harmonica.
Oh,
in it.
shit.
So you sing in it, and then you.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that's what I
awesome.
want. I want to sell out, whatever that is. I want to do the easiest way, you know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey,
I don't
that's
want
how
to
you
learn it the real way.
work smarter, not harder,
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to get ordered very soon.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's about all we got for y'all right now. I guess we're gonna move into the live performance. We're
Yeah.
gonna get y'all up there in front of the sign.
Sounds good, man. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah,
man.
thank
We
y'all.
appreciate
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Y'all are
Absolutely enjoyed it.
We
hopefully
appreciate
years
y'all so much.
years from now I can say, man, I was on there. You know, when
I hope so.
one
Fingers
day
crossed.
when somebody's big, when Dan's up here.
Yeah.
When and he's got leather pants on.
Our little
So, no, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Very
Thank
much.
you for
appreciate
coming.
y'all.
We are 47 back road. Girl, you up and left me with no warning. Said you wanted more from this old life. Daddy said I better count my blessings, because a girl like that, hell, she ain't no wife. Girl, you burned me like 100 proof of whiskey. You cut me to the soul like Grandpa's knife. Think about it now, I'd finally learned my lesson. This old country boy can't get you off his mind. This old country boy can't get you off his mind. Just when I think I'm finally getting over you and all your ways that done me in. Mama called and said she's praying for me. But I lied before, and hell, I'll lie again. Yeah. Well, girl, you burned me like 100 proof of whiskey. You cut me to the soul like Grandpa's knife. You think about it now, I'd finally learned my lesson. But this old country boy can't get you off his mind. This old country boy can't get you off his mind. Well, I've gone to work, I've gone to church, tried everything to kill this hurt, but nothing seems to heal this heart of mine. Well, I stayed in the woods, stayed in the gym, killed every bug, caught every brim, but nothing seems to ease this troubled mind. Girl, you burned me like 100 proof of whiskey. Cut me to the soul like Grandpa's knife. To think about it now, I'd finally learned my lesson. This old country boy can't get you off his mind. This old country boy can't get you off his mind. This old country boy can't get you off his mind. I met her down around Santa Fe. Her friends called her Indigo Blue. I don't think that was her real name, but that's what I called her too. We drank liquor and smoked all night. We made love till the morning light. I woke up with one hell of a smile, but she was already gone. Indigo blue was the color of her eyes. Indigo blue, she showed up right on time. She stole my heart and my money. Damn, I'm in love with indigo blue. I won't ever forget that night, how the smoke burned my eyes, how the smoke cleared my mind in that little corner bar. I won't ever forget her face, or how her hips moved and danced, or how her lips kissed my neck. Man, I was already gone. Yeah. Indigo blue was the color of her eyes. Indigo blue, she showed up right on time. She stole my heart and my money. Damn, I'm in love with indigo blue. Indigo, where you running around these days? If I could only see you, I'd be okay. One more night in that little corner bar, and one more night with you, indigo blue. Indigo blue was the color of her eyes. Indigo blue, she showed up right on time. She stole my heart and my money. And damn, I'm in love with indigo blue. Yeah, indigo blue. Oh, my indigo blue. She stole my heart and my money. Damn, I'm in love with indigo blue. I ain't got the voice of a songbird, and I ain't no American dream. You won't find me in Nashville singing at the Opry for all of the world to see. Well, I'm just an old ranch slinger, singing these songs that I write about living and dying, drinking and fighting, and on Saturday night, busted knuckles and busted dreams, singing about busted things. 40 hours a week with a little side pay, busted knuckles and busted dreams, singing about busted things. I believe in the power of Jesus. I believe in the power of a song. Folks keep on saying you ain't playing in church, or you gotta be getting it wrong. Well, I keep on singing for the people. You keep on running your pews. When the roll's caught on high, look 'em in the eye. We'll see which one he will choose. Busted knuckles and busted dreams, singing about busted things. 40 hours a week with a little side pay, busted knuckles and busted dreams, singing about busted things. There's a million out there just like me, working these regular jobs. Give 'em a chance, pen and a pad, they'll write you one hell of a song. So here's to all of these legends out there keeping the music alive, working 40 hours a week just to make ends meet, playing every Saturday night, busted knuckles and busted dreams, thinking about busted things. 40 hours a week with a little side pay, busted knuckles and busted dreams, thinking about busted things. Living my blue collar